Ifeanyi Okowa tasked federal government to keep alive gas revolution industrial park in Ogidigbo. Stakeholders charged to fight against human trafficking. House of Representatives directs Nigerian Immigration Service to issue international passports to qualified Nigerians. And abroad, India records world high spike in coronavirus infection. Welcome to News Tonight. I am G. Wilson. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has called on the federal government to ensure that the gas revolution industrial park project in Ogidigbo in Warri Southwest comes alive. Governor Okowa made the call today while speaking with journalists shortly after inspecting the ongoing construction of the multi-billion naira Ogeye floating market at Ogeye in Warri North Council area. Details will be brought to you in the course of the bulletin. An orientation workshop has been organized in Asaba for trainers and the State Skill Training and Entrepreneurship Program STEP for the second batch of 2020-2021 sixth cycle. The training was to prepare and equip trainers with regulations in the training of STEP beneficiaries. Sams Opojite has details of the report.
The Chief Job and Wealth Creation Officer, Professor Eric Ebo, said the training would help new and existing trainers to familiarize with STEP codes of conduct, perfect their documentation, and obtain their commitment. It asked the trainers to imbibe the culture of discipline, integrity, and excellence.
We renew the selection of trainers that have done well in the previous session. Then we recruit or we mobilize new trainers. There's credibility, there is integrity, there is probity, there is responsibility, there is accountability. That's why the program is held high. And we should also work to uphold that quality. It's very important.
A representative of the Directorate of Youth Monitoring and Mentorship, DYMM, Mr. Festus Oligbo, urged the trainers to adhere strictly to the rules and regulations to enable them become successful in their partnership with the state government and reduce unemployment in the state. A senior special assistant to the governor on job and wealth creation, Honorable Patrick Oke, Honorable Ima Osasua, and Engineer Shukuka Usume, urged the trainers to be mild-tempered and willing to impart knowledge to their trainees. Some of the existing trainers narrated how their experiences helped them to raise successful entrepreneurs instead.
Cordiality, relationship, so that even when they leave, you are still there for them. They can always call you for assistance. In fact, you become their mom, no matter if they are big or if they are small, because of the part you have played in their life.
I'd like to encourage every trainer to seek ways to collaborate with fellow trainers. We might not all be the sun or the moon. You can be one of the stars, but you all provide light at your own level, at your own capacity.
The workshop had over 100 selected trainers in the field of audio-visual services, catering and confectionaries, hairdressing and braiding, as well as POP squid making and painting. Sams Opojite reporting.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has called on the federal government to ensure that the Gas Revolution Industrial Park project in Ogidigbo in Warri Southwest comes alive. Governor Okowa made the call today while speaking with journalists shortly after inspecting the ongoing construction of the multi-billion naira Ogeye floating market at Ogeye in Warri North Council area. Ejime Udwame has details of the report.
The governor said that the Gas Revolution Industrial Park project had been delayed for too long and urged the federal government to look into issues surrounding the delay in view of its economic importance to the nation and the people of the Niger Delta region. He urged the federal government to partner with the state government to make life more meaningful for riverine dwellers whose land contributes to the revenue of the nation. On the floating market, Governor Okowa said it was approved by the previous administration, but the process was slow and the contractor could not achieve much. He said his administration will complete the market and also ensure that benefiting communities put the project to maximum use.
For every project we're able to deliver in the riverine area, we are happier for it as a government, much more so than projects we are doing in the upland. Because it's much easier to do projects in the upland. But we must realize that our brothers and sisters who are in the riverine area, who suffer more the effects of oil pollution, who suffer more degradation of their land, who suffer more from the contamination of their water, ought to be attended to. When we bring joy to them, it's good for us as a state, it is good for us as a nation, Nigeria.
On completion, the governor said the market will have a banking hall, an administrative building, a standing tower, and other facilities, emphasizing that the market was sitting on a 6,000 square meter platform built on top of the river. He disclosed that the contractor has gone ahead to build 96 open stores and 80 lock-up stores, which are nearing completion. He said the project was a special market because a lot of communities from Warri North, Warri Southwest, and the river extending to Edo and Ondo states will come there to do business. Governor Okowa said no effort will be spared in ensuring that more projects were executed in riverine communities because they are equal stakeholders like people in the upland. He thanked the people of the riverine community for giving peace a chance, assuring that government will continue to partner with them to do more. He gave an assurance that the project will be completed in the life of his administration.
And I'll use this opportunity to call on the federal government that they should please pay more attention to these riverine areas. The people who live, who own the communities where a lot of our oil facilities are situated, they ought to also be happy with us as a state and as a nation. And anything we're able to do to encourage them on to provide a more conducive environment for the production of the oil that is the mainstay of the economy of this nation, we ought to do it.
Representatives of the host communities thanked Governor Okowa for fulfilling his electioneering campaign promises and called on him to use the remaining 2 years of his administration to strengthen his development agenda. The governor was accompanied on the inspection by the State Deputy Governor, Deacon Kingsley Otuaro, the Commissioners for Information, Mr. Charles Aniago, Works, Chief James Ogoye, Trade and Investment, Honorable Chika Osai, Housing, Chief Festus Ochonogo, among other top government functionaries. Ejimen Udueme, reporting.
The need for all stakeholders in the society to fight against human trafficking has been emphasized. Ambassador Favor Obakure stated a commitment towards fighting human trafficking when the state coordinator of National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Mrs. Utayo Samuel, paid her a courtesy visit in her office in Asaba. Sams Okwojite has the total of the report.
The state coordinator of NYSC, Mrs. Olutayo Samuel, appreciated the humanitarian services and bravery of Ambassador Favor Bakoro in the fight against human trafficking, while pledging support to deploy more human resources to our foundation.
Going by everything I've heard from her, I think by the grace of God, the girl child have a great future, and by our partnering with La Vida, we know that the vision here will go across the states.
The founder of La Vida Foundation, Favor Obakoro, popularly known as Vida Modelo, described human trafficking as an evil wind, destroying lives and cutting short dreams, and appealed to every stakeholders in the society to support our commitment towards nipping the menace in the bud.
Every young girl wants to go abroad. They don't say, we want to go. They don't know what's the true meaning of going abroad. I was a victim of human trafficking. Only very few people know about it. But we live in a society whereby stigmatization, they want to judge you, they want to shame you. So most women have a story to tell. Then we keep hiding it because we are like, okay, what are they going to say? My family will not support me on this. So by the grace of God, I went through counseling, I was saved, and I believe God kept me for a purpose. And why would I not use my experience to affect life positively?
Ambassador Bakuru also highlighted how our foundations has rescued people from the claws of traffickers, sponsored young girls to university education, and reached out to many indigenous people in the society. The NYSC State Coordinator was accompanied by the Chief of Staff to the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Dr. Ebenezer Kurodudu, the State NYSC Assistant Director Core Inspection and Monitoring, Mrs. Juliet Unuegboje, the NYSC Asaba Zonal Inspector, Mr. Okun Wellington, and Mr. Wale Oyedele. Sams of Ojite reporting.
The Commissioner of Police Delta State Command CP Adi Muhammad Ali, in a bid to reduce crime to the barest minimum in the state, has placed ban on indiscriminate and unauthorized use of siren, covering of vehicle number plates, illegal spying number plates, and revolving lights by unauthorized persons, as well as using of government number plate for private and unauthorized vehicles. As stated by the Police Public Relations Officer DSP Daffy Bright says, officers of the command and patrol duties have been directed to stop and thoroughly check those vehicles and impound any of them found wanting. CP Muhammad Ali, who solicited the understanding of all assured Deltans and the public of his commitment to the safety and security at all times. The State Police Command has arrested Kumi Kenneth Ajay of Amagada village and uncovered an illegal factory where fake alcohol has been produced at Oria in Udu local government area. A press release by the State Command signed by the Police Public Relations Officer VSP Bright Daffy says the suspect who produces the fake wines in his house operates without any license. According to the press release, the suspect confessed that he bottles the wine himself using bottles used and disposed and corks from open markets and sells to members of the public. The case is still under investigation. Meanwhile, a Toyota Camry stolen by and a robbery gang belonging to a journalist camouflage vehicle has been recovered by the police. The robbery gang, according to the police, operated at Ugo axis of Wari, and the Camry car was abandoned. Efforts is ongoing to arrest the fleeing robber. The House of Representatives has directed the Nigeria Immigration Service (NIS) to issue international passport within 72 hours to thousands of Nigerians who have applied, paid, and have been captured, but are yet to be issued their international passport booklets. It urged the Ministry of Interior and the NIS to review its Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with the Nigerian Security Printing and Limited Company and IRIS Smart Technologies Limited in order to boost capacity and development of new passport booklet production lines. The House said that this would ensure better service delivery that would enable Nigerians to get their international passport within 24 hours. The directive followed the adoption of a motion moved at the plenary by Honorable Goma Uzuribo. Honorable Uzuribo expressed concern that most Nigerians who applied for international passports and fulfilled all the requirements were constrained to wait endlessly for their international passport, which ordinarily should take less than 48 hours to be issued. The lawmaker added that Nigerians who were on medical affairs outside the country were developing needless health complications while waiting for the passport to be issued, while those for urgent business trips, conferences, and others had missed rewarding business opportunities due to the unavailability of passport booklets to enable them travel. Let's join our national news desk for more stories around the country.
The Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, has reiterated the commitment of the army to the annihilation of Boko Haram from Nigeria. Lieutenant General Atahiru stated this in an interview with newsmen in Maiduguri. He said Boko Haram had been defeated in many encounters and would continue to be defeated until they are totally annihilated from Nigeria. The COAS, who was visiting the headquarters of Operation Lafia Dole in Maiduguri for the 5th time since his appointment 4 months ago, said the regular visit was to boost the morale of the troops, reassure them and listen to any issues affecting them. Atahiru also said that the visits were to convey to them goodwill messages from the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari. The Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has expressed concerns over the rise in kidnapping and banditry in the state and other parts of the country. Governor El-Rufai said the situation was increasing by the day and taking an alarming proportion, thereby seeking funds for security agencies. The governor stated this during the presentation of the first quarter security report by the State Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs. He described the present mood of citizens in Kaduna State and the country in general as one of despondency and increasingly loss of confidence in the security agencies due to the attacks. Governor El-Rufai noted that bandits operating in Kaduna State were inching closer from rural communities to the cities, where they attacked and killed innocent citizens with utmost boldness. He, however, appealed to all citizens to exercise patience and support security forces toward tackling the problem, and also called for adequate funding of security agencies to enable them to perform better. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana has urged the federal government to compel the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) to return unremitted money between 2010 and 2014, and another 94 trillion naira oil money being held by oil operators. Falana noted that submission by the NNPC that there was no money to remit into the Federation account next month amounted to blackmailing government into accepting the regulation of the downstream sector. The human rights lawyer, who was speaking in Abuja at a lecture in honor of Prof. Omotoye Olorode, said his firm has written to President Muhammadu Buhari about how government could recover the 94 trillion. In his presentation titled Labour and the Quest for Nigeria's Development, Reflections and Prognosis on the Way Forward, Falana took a swipe at the president for dividing the country through his body language and loop-sided appointments. He also lambasted the labor movement for abandoning the traditions of the founding fathers such as Michael Umodu, Nduka Eze, Wahab Goodluck, Hassan Somonu, and Ali Chiroma's generations. Falana noted that the decline in labor tradition started under Pascal Bafio era, saying the movement had continually suffered a lack of clear-headed, unambiguous and principled stand on national development, from Bafia to Adam Oshomole, down to Abdulwahid Omar, and under Ayuba Waba, president of the Nigeria Labour Congress.
India records world-wide spike in coronavirus infections.
Funny, don't find easy for me. You know what other thing when it is easy for me? Linking my NIN with my glow lines by dialing *109*NIN#. Or I fit call 109 with my glow line and follow instruction. If calling no suit me, I fit text my NIN to 109. Or I fit visit glowworld.com/NIN. But if you don't forget your NIN, you fit just dial *346#. You get them back. What if I never register NIN? Just waka enter any Glow World and get registered. Very easy something. Don't let them disconnect you from all the amazing voice and data offer where they Glow. Linking your NIN, they simple. It dey fast and it dey 100% free with no wahala.
Glow Unlimited.
Wilson is next as we join our World News Desk.
India has recorded the world's sharpest spike in coronavirus infections this month, with political and financial capitals, New Delhi and Mumbai, running out of hospital beds, oxygen and medicines. Scientists are studying what led to an unexpected surge and particularly whether a variant of the novel coronavirus first detected in India is to blame. The variant, named B1617, has been reported in some 17 countries, raising global concern. The report affirmed that the B1617 variant contains two key mutations to the alpha spike portion of the virus that attaches to human cells, said senior Indian virologist Shahid Jamil. The World Health Organization (WHO) said the predominant lineage of B1617 was first affirmed in India last December, although an earlier version was spotted in October 2020. The WHO has described it as a variant of interest, suggesting it may have mutations that would make the virus more transmissible, cause more severe disease, or evade vaccine immunity. Other strains with known risks, such as those first detected in United Kingdom, Brazil, and South Africa, have been categorized as variants of concern, a higher threat level. A stampede at a religious festival attended by tens of thousands of ultra-Orthodox Jews in northern Israel killed at least 44 people and injured about 150 people today. It was one of the country's deadliest civilian disasters. The stampede began when large numbers of people thronged a narrow tunnel-like passage during the event, according to witnesses and video footage. People began falling on top of each other near the end of the walkway as they descended slippery metal stairs. According to the report, a crush of people trying to descend the mountain caused a general bedlam on a slippery metal slope followed by stairs. Video footage showed large numbers of people, most of them black-clad ultra-Orthodox men, squeezed in the tunnel, while police barricades had prevented people from exiting quickly. The stampede occurred during the celebrations of Lag BaOmer at Mount Morim, the first mass religious gathering to be held legally since Israel lifted nearly all restrictions related to coronavirus pandemic. South Africa's Zulu regent Queen Shiremansfombi Dlamini Zulu has died at 65. Officials said just over a month after she took the role following the death of her husband, King Goodwill Zwelithini. The death was announced in a statement issued by Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, founder of the Inkatha Freedom Party and traditional prime minister to the Zulu monarch. He did not refer to a cause of death. It was reported that she had been ill but have not released details of her medical condition. Prince Buthelezi, on behalf of the royal family, assured the nation that while they are all rightly grief-stricken, that there will be no leadership vacuum in the Zulu nation. In a statement, President Cyril Ramaphosa extended his thoughts, prayers to the royal family. The Zulu are South Africa's largest ethnic group, accounting for around a fifth of the country's population, most living in the coastal province of KwaZulu-Natal. The monarch has no formal government powers but upholds Zulu tradition and controls millions of hectares of land through a trust. The Queen married Zwelithini in 1977, becoming his third wife. She is the sister of King Mswatini III of Eswatini, ruler of the country formerly known as Swaziland. King Zwelithini Ka Bekuzulu, who was 72, died in hospital last month after being admitted for treatment for diabetes. Under his will, his wife was appointed regent pending the installation of a successor.
The previously scheduled interactive session of the Delta State Civil Service Commission with NDAs for May 4th and 5th, 2021 has been deferred to Wednesday 5th and Thursday 6th, May 2021. A statement by the Director of Information, Teresa Diabwa-Oliko, says the interactive session will hold at the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria Secretariat, Mary Bangidawe, Asaba at 10 a.m. daily. The statement adds that participants are to come to the venue of the interactive session with their copies of the 2019 Civil Service Commission regulation. The Delta State Bursary and Scholarship Board will on Monday commence the payment of year 2019-2020 scholarship to beneficiaries, children of deceased civil servants and physically challenged persons in the state. A statement by the State Director of Information, Teresa Diabwa-Oliko, says all entries, all inquiries should be directed to Patricia Olye on 080-3047-5347. It's now time to join our business news desk for stories in the business world.
AstraZeneca said its COVID-19 vaccine sales were $275 million in the first quarter, and it is on track to deliver 200 million doses a month from April, as better than expected results and a second-half growth forecast boosted its shares. Chief Executive Pascal Soro again defended the vaccine rollout on Friday, saying that Anglo-Swedish drug maker had not overpromised on its ability to supply shots, as he defended big cuts in deliveries that prompted a European Union lawsuit. AstraZeneca, which has said it will not make a profit from the shot during the pandemic, was reporting financial details of distribution and sales of the vaccine it developed from Oxford University for the first time. It said the revenue included delivery of about 68 million doses, adding that European sales were $224 million, emerging markets $43 million, and $8 million in the rest of the world. The Central Bank of Nigeria yesterday sacked the entire board of First Bank of Nigeria and appointed new directors. The Apex Bank queried the board of the bank for removing Adeshola Adetutan as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer and appointing Benga Shobo as MD and CEO designate without regulatory approval. The CBN has also faulted the appointment of Abdullahi Ibrahim as Deputy Managing Director, as well as the appointment of Ini Ebong, Shegun Aleboshu, Seyi Oyefeso, and Bashirat Odenewu as Executive Directors. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, in a briefing, announced the sacking of all members of the board of the bank for the supposed affront. Emefiele also reinstated Adejutan as the MD and CEO of the bank. He said that following further review of the situation and in order to preserve the stability of the bank so as to protect minority shareholders and depositors, the management of the CBN, in line with its powers conferred on it by the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020, has approved, directed the immediate removal of all the directors of First Bank of Nigeria Limited and First Bank of Nigeria Holdings PLC.
Following the refusal of the Polish Embassy in Nigeria to issue entry visa to Nigeria contingent to the World Relay starting tomorrow in Silesia, Poland, the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and Athletics Federation of Nigeria have moved to ensure Nigeria qualifies for the 5 relay events at the Tokyo Olympics. To this end, a number of athletics meetings have been secured in the United States of America, while a 5-nation relay meeting is also on the card to hold in Nigeria before the window for qualification closes in June 29, 2021. Only top 16 relay team will participate at the Tokyo Olympics. The Sport Minister, Chief Sunday Dali, had to involve the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure the team gets visas to Poland, but the embassy stood the ground and after consultations with the Sport Ministry decided to switch to convert a pre-arranged training tour to include qualification for the 5 relay events. The AFN assures Nigerians that the relay team will be in Tokyo for the Olympics Games. Warri Wolves beat Akwa United by a lone goal to reach the final of the 2021 Nigeria Professional Football League Under-15 Promises Youth League in Enugu today. At 20 minutes, solo goal by Okiki Oguneweba was enough to set the high-flying Junior Wolves against Katsina United in the final. Earlier, NFC lost 4-2 to defending champions Katsina United on penalties after they played a goalless draw during full-time. Sunday's final will kick off at 4 p.m. Let's join our entertainment news crew for stories in the world of showbiz.
Basket Mouth has confirmed that a new season of his comedy web series, Papa Benji, is officially in the works. The star comedian cum film producer took to his Instagram page to share a video of the series cast and crew during a script conference for the forthcoming second season. The web series' first season debuted in December 2020. The series stars top entertainment personalities in the country, including Nedu Wazobia and Basket Mouth himself. The comedy web series, which follows the story of its eponymous character, Papa Benji, a pepper soup joint owner, addresses current issues of social relevance. Meanwhile, Basket Mouth has also unveiled the poster for his latest production, a short film titled The Confession of a Bandit, to premiere on Monday.
Stars in the Nigerian showbiz world have continued to express their reservations over the child molestation allegation leveled against popular Yoruba actor Baba Ijesha. Report says the actor was caught live on CCTV camera sexually assaulting a 14-year-old foster child of his colleague, comedian Oluwadamilola Adekoya, popularly called Princess. In an Instagram live broadcast, Princess said she was rendering help to Baba Ijesha, adding it was during one of his visits he molested one of the 3 girls living with her. Princess said the defilement had an adverse effect on the child as she began to decline academically and otherwise. Reacting, several stars in the country, including Davido, Toke Makinwa, and a host of others, have condemned the actions of the Yoruba actor, insisting that justice must be served. Although several reports have suggested that the police were set to release the actor from detainment, the Lagos State Police boss, Hakeem Odumosu, yesterday said the police were yet to release the actor, James Olarawaju, otherwise called Baba Ijesha.
No, let's do this one. No, we can mix it. Okay, that's just okay.
Nollywood Asaba is about to be taken over by a multi-talented child actress, Princess Sharon Griggs. The 9-year-old British-Nigerian actress kicked off her journey in the entertainment world at the tender age of 3 as a model for a top Nigerian multinational organization. Little Princess, who has now featured in over 6 movies and a series in the country, is also a dancer and a singer. Speaking about the development of the child star, her mom, Ruth Onos Aro, who doubles as a manager, said they identified Nollywood Asaba as the hub of movie production in the country, thus her decision to explore it. Delta TV Entertainment Desk wishes the multi-talented Little Princess the best of luck in the world of movies and showbiz.
No, it's not. I was here first. Can I say that? I was here first. What's your problem? What do you say? What's going on here? What's your problem?
For Delta TV Entertainment Desk, Perpetua Iboba.
Lillian Enwewungu.
So much on the news tonight. Here is the thoughts for today. Success will never lower its standard to accommodate us. We have to raise our standards to achieve it. So on the news of highlights, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has called on the federal government to ensure that the Gas Revolution Industrial Park project in Ogidigbe in the southwest comes to life. Governor Okowa made the call today while speaking with journalists shortly after inspecting the ongoing construction of the multi-billion naira Ogenya floating market at Ogenya in Wari North Central areas. The need for all stakeholders in the society to fight against human trafficking has been emphasized. Ambassador Favor Obakwero stated our commitment towards fighting human trafficking when the State Coordinator of National Youth Service Corps NYSC, Mrs. Olutayo Samuel, paid her a courtesy visit in her office in Asaba. The House of Representatives has directed the Nigerian Immigration Service (NRS) to issue international passports within 72 hours to thousands of Nigerians who have applied, paid, and have been captured but are yet to be issued their international passport booklets. That's all news. I am G. Wilson. Good night.